Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to talk about this concept. You have two choices. Inspiration or desperation. It's not too much in the middle. Well, there could be, but I'm going to be pointing you towards inspiration because desperation kind of sucks. So, long day here in Vegas in the workshop. Still exhausted, still on East Coast time, 3 hours time difference. So it feels like about 9:30 at night to me, but it's only 6:30 here. Hope everybody's doing well. So, you have two choices. Inspiration or desperation. So, desperation looks a lot like freak out. Looks a lot like begging the brain to turn off symptoms. Begging the brain to turn off the pain. Wishing we weren't here. Wishing it would just stop. Terrified of our experience. Terrified of having another day like we just had recently where we were completely consumed by the symptoms. Knew that was going to come. So, desperation feels pretty awful. And a lot of that desperation is in the way we're thinking. Now, with a shift in mindset and a set of beliefs that say, I can do this, you can go from desperation to inspiration. Like, all right, I got this. I can do this. Darn it. Or whatever you want to say. And experiment with the two. Literally. Play with it. Get into your desperation, your fear, your panic, your worry, your catastrophic thinking that this may never end, and see how that feels. And those feelings are generated by your thinking that says, I'm in trouble. Now, once you've done that and sat with that and felt just how awful that feels, I want you to take a minute or two and feel how inspiration feels. So change your thinking to be, I can do this. This is possible for me. Other people are getting better, so I can too. I know that because I understand the cause of symptoms and pain. And I know it may seem like there's no way the brain can do this, but I know that because other people have gone before me. Other people have had just as crazy of symptoms as I have, and they got better, so I can too. I'm inspired to do this work because I know this is the path that's going to lead me forward and away from these symptoms. And I'm inspired to do it because, frankly, desperation sucks and I'm not going to stay there. I'm making the choice to take my power back from these symptoms. I'm making the choice to start to teach my brain through my thoughts, my emotions, my actions, my behaviors that I can do this and that I've got this. And no matter how rough it gets, I know I can do this. I know I will do this. Now sit with that for a moment and see how that feels. And recognize this. I know a lot of you feel like, I can't do that. Yes, you can. And you will. Because you need to. I can guarantee you, staying in terror and desperation is not a winning strategy. It just doesn't work. You know, I coined a phrase a long time ago, and it still applies. Nobody ever got better by freaking out. I've never met the person who freaked out so much that poof, all their symptoms just went away. So I can assure you that that doesn't work. But Dan, I'm terrified. Okay, so be a little less terrified tomorrow compared to today. Baby steps. I'm not suggesting you need to be calm and be able to reassure yourself to the point where you can believe it, because right now you're so terrified that The ability to calmly reassure yourself seems like a stretch. It's not available to you. But freaking out a little bit less tomorrow. Shorter duration, less intensely. Notice it sooner. Pull yourself out quicker. That's achievable. Panic less. Freak out less. Be less obsessive about these symptoms and what it potentially might mean about your future. Now, I don't want you to, be afraid of fear or be afraid of freaking out. I can assure you it won't harm you, right? It's not going to hurt your body, but it's going to cause the symptoms to stick around longer than they need to. Because our scared primitive brain, I talked about this recently in a video, it needs consistency and calm and clarity and certainty that I'm not broken for it to turn off that primal survival strategy. That was a video where I talked about this recovery process needs to be this hard, right? If you haven't seen it, go back a day or two and watch that. Super, super important. So you have a choice, one of two. Inspiration or desperation. One feels uplifting and positive and possible. The other, no. You're not going to want to leave your bed if you stay in desperation long term. So pick yourself up and start to teach this scared brain of yours that's doing its best to keep you safe. It's just operating on misinformation and fear. Let me say that again. It's operating on misinformation, meaning incorrect information, and fear because of that bad data. So you can absolutely get well, and I'm really going to encourage you to make this choice every day moving forward. Inspiration or desperation. I can assure you inspiration will lead you out of this mess. Desperation will keep you where you are. What do you want to do? So I love you. I'm here for you. I know you can do this. You will do this. And I'm going to wrap it up there. So inspiration. Make that your default mode. Not sure what to do? Seek inspiration. Need some help? Watch this video again. Watch any of the videos. Because each day I provide a little inspiration and calm and clarity. And people are getting better just by watching this stuff. Not by watching it, by implementing this stuff. So you can do it too. I love you. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow from Vegas. Take care.